What is going on, guys? We are on a pretty cool, unique job site here. This is an old lodge here. We're demoing the old lodge and the boathouse that's down at the lake. Not much besides a demo in this video, but it should be a pretty interesting one. We'll see what we can find. And we'll take the first crunch into the building here. It's a pretty rotten building.
You're gonna see a whole bunch of bags.
I got a truck sitting here, so I'm gonna get this loaded up with some demo material, and then we'll go have a look inside. What's left? It's a pretty big building, like 60 by 90 overall. So. So since getting the new tilt rotator for the excavator, this will be the second demo we're doing here. I'm trying to figure out where I can back up the truck. Not really a good spot here. I guess we'll go behind me. It would start to pour rain as soon as I start this job. I was gonna have, the drone up in the air flying around doing a time lapse, but where the fuck are you going? Back up under my bucket. Well, again, that's not what I wanted at all. I mean, I know trucks aren't migraators, but I told them I was going to have them back up the truck to the building. We got some tornado-like weather out here today. I think we did have a risk of tornadoes. We were going to bring the barge out to this job site today, but I'm kind of glad we didn't go out on it. Because it is getting straight up nasty. It was like 30 degrees half an hour ago in straight sun.
What do you think? You're getting wet. Trying to keep your camera dry. Yeah.
Okay, let's go for a tour before we tear this thing down any farther. Got a nice new door on here. Table saw. Floor is not doing so hot. A lot of junk in here. Looks like I put on a new ceiling a couple years ago. Trying to save it from collapsing here. Wow. This place is gonna suck to clean up because all the floor is just gonna mix in with the dirt. Oh. Yeah, I have no doubt that you needed one of those here. Nice front entryway there. Oh, wow. Nope. And yeah, we took down all that.
There'll be a security search of your pockets on the way out.
Starting off day 2 with a hectic morning here. We've got 4 trucks to start the day, and then we're probably going to be waiting on trucks. But beautiful day here. Let's see if we can knock this demo out of the park. I mean, I'm pretty sure we're not going to finish it today, but should make a good dent in it. Making our way here. This section of the building's got two roofs on it. Kind of weird. Insulated right on top of the old shingles. Throw some new plywood over top, call it a day. That is tune. Have you got the touch? We're knocking this down a lot quicker than I thought we would, mainly because we're not waiting on trucks like I thought we would be. Just a little bit of time between trucks, enough to kind of take down some building and get some piled up now, so then we get the truck loaded faster. So I think we probably got 3, maybe 4 loads left here. It's so hard to say because I'm setting the logs aside so they can get burnt at a later date. Well, I'm setting any clean wood aside, I should say. Not gonna burn, you know, all the garbage and stuff, but no reason we can't burn some nice clean logs. And it'll save the customer a bunch of money because there's probably a few loads worth of logs in here. Once in a while I'll pick up a log with a bunch of other stuff and I'll just toss it in. Sometimes it's hard to justify spending an extra minute, well, approximately, trying to pick one little thing out of the garbage versus just sending it to the dump. Definitely don't want to be sending any concrete with demo material though. Guys, we can talk about the tilt rotator here since we haven't yet. I think I've got about 50, just under 50 hours on it now. Really got the hang of it pretty quick. I just threw a board out of the truck. Yeah, I got a hang of the bucket super quick. The grapple actually took me a day of running before I got fluent on that. At first I wasn't really sure of the grapple because you see this bucket here, I didn't really get that much material because that's just all the fines. But at first I felt pretty slow with it compared to the bucket. And now I feel a lot more efficient just because of what I can do and how I can maneuver things to tear a building down. It definitely works better for ripping the building down and tearing off pieces you want to tear off. Not completely sold that it loads the truck faster, although in this situation right here, the truck is off center from me. So if I was using the bucket, I would have a hell of a time trying to load the truck. So in that sense, it's more efficient, but I could also just have the truck kind of park more parallel to my bucket. This way, it doesn't really matter, they just back up. And however they end up is good enough for me. Well, here it goes, the last corner of the building. Pretty funny, this section has two roofs on it as well. So I don't really know the history behind this lodge, but I believe it used to be a hunt camp back in the day. Something kind of interesting we found during the demo was a room that all the walls were just tin. It seemed really odd, and I wasn't sure the purpose of that. And then I thought about it, I'm like, oh, if this was a hunt camp, that was probably the kill room, or the butcher room, because it all the walls were covered in tin and it had a concrete floor. It was the only part of the building that had a concrete floor, and it looked like the one spot had a floor drain in it. This was built before there was a road, any of that. Oh, there she blows. The roof is gone. The building is done. All that hard work, all those memories, destroyed. The last guy that owned this place, I think he was trying to save all these buildings. For what purpose? I have no idea. You guys You guys saw the walkthrough. There's no saving any of this. Honey, I'm home. Oh.
Guess there's nobody there.
And that is that for the demo of the main lodge here. We just got the concrete to take out now. We'll take a rake to this, clean it up a little nicer, and load this stuff out here. We got a pile of burn in the back. We got some scrap metal to take out. Went pretty well. I did not think we were gonna get done today, or this far at least. Thought we'd be waiting on more trucks, but turned out perfect. Next up, we got the Boathouse, and that's the one that's gonna be really interesting. I don't know exactly how it's gonna go. I haven't done a demo over the water like that before, so excited for it, but also a little worried about it. It'll be great. Just cleaning up the hole here, checking out the trees. I was told 20 bucks for every tree I save. This looks like if I cut down the tree, I get 20 bucks. Hey, Daryl, does this mean I get 20 bucks if I take the tree down?
No, I went around and put $20 on every tree you left behind.
So one tree.
One tree, yeah. I had stacks of 20s.
I should have saved them all.
You should have saved them all, yeah?
Hey, don't these things count? No. Got some clear stone coming down. Gonna dump it on the boat ramp here so I don't damage it with the machine. Gonna dump some river rock in here as well so we could get out a little farther. And let's have a look in these buildings. So this is the main boathouse here. Boat slip, I guess. See some big old winches up in the roof here. Pretty neat. But I don't know how structurally sound this is. Look at what it's sitting on. So the rumor is there used to be an old steamship that sat in here. Apparently it sunk somewhere out in the lake. This is probably 50 feet long here.
Could you drag it back off?
I thought about just seeing if I could drag it right to shore, but...
Because I saw Grant do that years ago and it actually worked.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. He cut it and just hooked it up and just backed up the whole thing. And
Yeah, I was thinking about that, but I'm like, how do I even cut all of that?
He just did it for a joke. And it worked. It was on the Lake City Street. He went on the shit.
Need some rebar? It's about the only good thing in here.
Andrew should be free later. I'll be free. Bruce, I will be.
Are you taking a load somewhere now?
No, but Andrew is, and Bruce is. I'm trying to get, he has 3 more deliveries going on us.
Yeah.
So they're with them off right now, but Bruce also mentioned he wanted to leave at 3:30 to 4.
Yeah.
Because he's been starting early. Yeah, so I'm sure we can figure that one out. They're all missing this.
I don't think there's much up here. We can't get in. Nothing there. Go around the back to the other side. And here, boombox arm. What a weird spot for an alarm clock. Yeah. So we're gonna rip this concrete out of here. We got Bob coming with some fill, just some sand. We're gonna kind of fill the hole here with sand and then topsoil it. He's not sure what his future plan is for this site here, but for now we'll just turn it into some nice lawn because there's not enough of that already here. Surprised how well the grapple works for the concrete. I was picking up some really big pieces yesterday and it was just having no trouble tossing them around. I know some people don't love this grapple. Seems to be working not bad so far. What do you guys think? Can we pick up the fireplace? We might have been able to if it held together. Okay, let's see if we can get the base footing for it. Woo! That is a big piece of concrete. Yeah, that's some weight. That's impressive. Pull these few crib pieces out of here, and then we'll see if we can pull the stump that's on the corner here. Oh, these are rotten to hell. Wow, the dragonflies are insane. Look at this. I guess it's kind of hard to see in the camera. Monday morning back here on site today, but the 245 is dead in the water. Some parts on the tilt rotator went out, the automatic oiling system. So hopefully we're gonna get some parts for that tomorrow by the sounds of it. We're hoping for today, but sounds like we're shit out of luck. So the plan is we're either gonna try and get the cat off on the shore here, or there's kind of a plan B. It's a little unorthodox, but we're going to take it up the way. I got another spot I can unload it, and we're going to walk it through the hydro line to the job site here. But how's this look? It doesn't look good. In the video here, it looks really easy to just move the ramps of the barge right here and get off, but this is a pretty good angle here, and I don't want to have to dig into the bank here to level this out, and it kind of comes in and then goes way out. So with how shallow it is, I'm just not going to be able to get in far enough to get on shore. I mean, I'll give it a shot. Yeah. Repositioned here, and we're not looking good. This ramp is 3 feet lower than this one, and that's just not going to work. If I could get some river rock into here, it would work out. But I got no machine on site to do that. Guess I better claim my $20 before somebody else does, though. It's a money tree. Thanks, Daryl. So I don't really know if I could get the barge in where I want to go here. It's a pretty narrow entrance, which isn't really the problem. The problem is the depth. I think there's about 3 feet of depth for about 30 feet. And we're about 2 feet of draft with the barge and the excavator on here. This will be a bit of a tight fit. Well, here I am again, connecting a bucket by hand, hooking up hydraulic hoses. You buy the fancy tech because it's supposed to save you time, and it does, but now that fancy tech is broken, I'm losing more time and going back to Old Faithful. Gotta go stealth mode. Wow, as you guys can see, our demo is well underway here. And as you can see, it's pouring freaking rain, so makes it pretty difficult to film. Can't put the drone up. I mean, I had it up in the rain enough today. What's on the ground now, we'll just kind of get rid of for today. We'll leave the rest of the building that stands now, because now we're getting into the stuff that's overhanging on the water, and we're gonna have to take a lot more time and caution there not to get anything in the lake. And we gotta put out some fences, so not any wood that does fall in the lake isn't gonna float away, and it'll be contained.
Highly sedated, intoxicated, we're automated and overpopulated. We're all fish in a stream, swimming towards a vicious dream. Don't you know we're the walking dead? Our lives were meant to be this bleak. Somehow they got into our heads. We're wide awake, yet still asleep. We're the funky fear and hatred, dull and jaded. It's all been debated and manipulated. Nothing's ever as it seems. We're bound to believe everything they scream.
Well, another day has passed. Our 245 is still not fixed, so we're over here at Al's today. He's got a sweet shop going in here, sled shop, and I mean, it might be used for other things too, but we are helping him backfill the garage here and infill. He's running the compactor.
intoxicated. We're automated.
We're back in action here today, finally. Got the grapple on, and we are ready to tackle the big boy. We have more tilt rotator issues today. 5 minutes in the machine here. Nothing is working. Once in a while this will kind of beep and it'll let me do something, but oh, see, I just had, must be something with the electrical connector maybe. Okay, so the plan here is we got a couple chains hooked up on the, just on the rotator here. And the hooks are hooked to the bottom of the 6x6 there and there. I'm hoping maybe we could just slide the whole boathouse back at 10 feet before it goes. I think the chances of being able to pull it back before it falls is pretty slim, and the chains are just going to pull the walls in together too. So we'll give it a go and see what happens. I don't have high hopes, but if we could get back a little bit farther, that would be nice. The issue is the boathouse is pretty stable this way. It's side to side where it's not, because it's only got this little end wall and that little end wall for strength that way. No, but if we look at these 6x6s, I don't think there's much holding it down. If we look over here, there's nothing. It's probably just gonna fall off. Oh man, this is gonna be a disaster. went to put up the drone and I crashed it again. I haven't crashed one on this job, but over the last year I've crashed 2 drones on construction jobs. Ah, no! Fuck. Just trying to get this roof section off here without dropping anything in the lake. You can see why I wanted to wait for the 245 to do this instead of using the cat. Like, the reach I have with this machine is just unmatched. Well, I mean, it is matched, but not by the cat. One of the sweet things about the rotator is I can bring these chunks of demo material from way out here up to shore and maneuver them however the heck I need to. That's one of the things I've really liked about having the rotator on here. Other than running into some issues with it, it's been great. See, I just keep the rotator at the same angle as the piece of material I'm pulling up so I don't absolutely rip it to shreds. And look at that, we got one last piece of building material out there, the end wall, and some dock on this side. I think if I'd probably hook a chain to that end wall and pull it in. Or once I pull up the dock, it might just float in. Bob was telling me, one of our drivers, that my loads have weighed a lot more using the rotator. He said the average weight was about 40% more than what the typical demo load we would be hauling was. Just, I guess I could pack it in there and break it up a little more efficiently with the rotator until the thing breaks. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Like, I do love the rotator, but you know, when it leaves you down for 3 days not even being able to use the machine, that's not really paying for itself there. After this job here, I'm taking this excavator over to a blasting site, which should be pretty fun. I haven't got to do much blasting. I haven't slinged many mats. Not sure what I'm going to use to sling the mats, if I'm just going to use the tooth bucket to hook into the loops. But then there's also the grapple on the back of the rotator, which is almost like the perfect thing to grab onto the loop rings on the blasting mats. Really salvageable or anything worth saving. It's all hacked up. When you're doing demos, you're like, oh, I should save that, I should save that. I could use that, but chances are you're actually not going to do anything with it because I've saved some stuff from demos before and it's just like sat in my yard. Well, this nice board right there, full length. Oh, come on, I should save that. I have some other boards set aside up there that I want to save as well. Because I actually do have a purpose. I want to make a lean-to at my house, kind of just keep some outdoor stuff in, like my mower. all the yard stuff. For some reason, right here, you can't really see it, but there's a bunch of limestone rocks. So here, I got one picked up here. I don't know the purpose of. I think they were using these to hold the grip down. Limestone flagstone. That's like, you can't get that anywhere around here. So they would have brought in flagstone to hold the dock down. Okay, let's grab a hold of the big one. Whatever that is. Oh yeah. Now we got a grip on her. Goes. We're gonna try and save a bunch of this crimming material because it's all pretty much brand new. Whatever's not nailed together anyways, it's kind of worth saving. Got boards over the top, so you can't even dump the rocks out of here. Wow, this is still attached to a lot. Pretty good pull there. Oh, look at that nice timber. Kind of screwed up the middle, but could save this for my lean-to. Look at that. That's my
John, what do you got there?
Broken hose.
Hose off what?
What fucking thing?
Oh no. Just blew the fitting right off of there. Bad crimp maybe. Hey, look what machine's back again. Luckily we have a second machine to spare right now.
Okay, we are back in action again here. See if we can make it more than a couple hours before we break down again, hopefully. Let's grab this nice big piece out of the lake here. Get things cleaned up a bit. Just trying to drag it through the water here without losing or breaking things up. Don't want to make a bunch of wood chips if we don't have to. Beautiful. I think we did lose one more though. We'll send John out to get that. Love the amount of reach I feel like I have with this setup. It's fun. It's funny. 1 second I'm talking about how great this is, the next I'm talking about how terrible it is because it's always broken. Okay, let's not be dramatic now. It's broke twice. being able to take that entire wall section like I just did, put it in the truck, exactly the position I need. This boathouse is early 1900s originally, but this lake was raised artificially by I think about 3 feet. So I was wondering why there was you know, a bunch of cribbing that looked relatively new and then some that looked really old. And I guess it's because when they artificially raised the lake, they made this boathouse 3 feet taller. Wow, this stuff is just falling apart on the bottom. You can see the spikes in here though. That's pretty freaking cool. They don't look rusted at all. That's pretty cool. They still look brand new. Gonna take a bunch of these clean logs and wood and put it on the truck here, just to go up top for the burn pile. All the stuff that came out of the lake. You can imagine how much that would weigh after being in the water for like 100 years. So definitely want to get that burned. No, come on. The dumping fees would get pretty excessive. Oh, I should almost save this. This looks pretty nice, doesn't it? If we want it up top, we'll go grab it. Does it fit in the truck? That's pretty heavy. You guys remember earlier today when I was saying you always want to take stuff from demo sites but you never end up using it? Well, here we are taking stuff from a demo site. But I actually do have a plan for it. I want to build some kind of lean-to covered roof. I do have a couple shipping containers at my house where, you know, I could easily build a roof over top of the two of them. I have enough 6x6 here to just do the rafters just at a 6x6. Also want to thank Daryl for the wood. I think he would have kept the 6x6 for himself, but he said if I'm going to use it, to take it. So I guess we'll do that. This wood is also covered in a lot of otter crap. You can see the black stains on the wood there. I will say, I do feel guilty taking this pile, even though Daryl told me to. I'm not just saying that because you might be watching this. If I don't use it, I'll bring it back to him. Gotta love this grapple. There's a couple 8x8s here that are probably, man, these things could be close to 100 years old, so that's just cool. So I'm gonna take them for that reason. I should have put them on the truck first because they're kind of long.
Also, here's a look at the winches that were inside the rafters of the boathouse. Somebody tell me how old these are.
Back here this morning, kind of for the final day, just got a little bit of cleanup left. Another sweet use for the grapple here is moving these like 30-foot logs up through the road there. I won't be able to carry them sideways very well because it's just so wide, wider than the road, but turn it sideways, and it's no problem. Daryl's gonna have his work cut out to burn all this though, that's for sure. On the side of the road here, we got this tarp hiding some stuff. Anything good? No, just some wood. We've got this old screen here. Brought this out from the shop. Was ready to go into the scrap metal bin, but I figured I could kind of drag this through the water and pick up all the fine stuff. Loading up all these scrap metal here. There's quite a bit of it. There's even just a whole pile of rebar. Not gonna save that. Scrap metal it goes. Usually we just take the scrap metal back to our shop and put it in our big 20-yard scrap metal bin, but I feel like this truck's gonna be pretty much completely full. So send it right to the scrap yard. There's all our rebar. Oh crap. Lost a couple pieces. Almost hit the machine. There I go, saving more stuff. There's a bunch of 12-inch spikes. Figure I might as well save them for layout spikes, survey stakes. Some steel plates. I don't really think I'm gonna be able to fit the railroad or the rail track on the truck though. Well, I guess I should be able to bend it. It's pretty rotten. Oh yeah. I guess it snaps. True. to save this sheet metal roofing for my lean-to I want to build. I should have peeled it all off nicely. Unscrewed it all, I mean. The bathroom and the kitchen sink here. Somebody want a nice clawfoot bathtub? Too bad. Still have a ton of cribbing in the lake here that we got to get out. So we're going to load the cat up on the barge here. Get this into position. Lake's also 20 feet deep off the end of the dock here, so this is a crazy tall crib. Pulled out a scoop here. I guess whoever was working on this was using some Ryobi. That explains the shoddy craftsmanship. Walk back out to the road here. One last piece of garbage to go out is this gate. The sacred gate. This has been like a landmark for me my whole life, and this is it. I love working right below primary hydro too. That's really fun. Whoa. Attachments are loaded. We are all pretty much cleaned up here. We got a little bit of metal to go back to the shop, but things are looking pretty nice down here. Could make a nice beach, nice boat ramp here. The dock, yeah, that's just that's staying in for now, but it's got to go too. That is it for this project. We got this all cleaned up beautifully here and ready to build a new boathouse. I'm pretty excited to see what they come up with. They don't have a plan yet, but they know they want to do something because there's not too many boathouses on the lake, and this is be grandfathered in to have something pretty cool here. So I'm excited to see what they do, and maybe we'll be back. Well, we'll definitely be back for something.